Hi there, my name is Ella, and you're welcome back to my channel. This channel is about faith, career, and just development. So, if you're interested in any one of those, keep on watching. So, my background is in data science and machine learning, and I've spent the last few years of my career in a multinational consulting firm working across different clients in finance, in manufacturing, etc. And I have a few tips I'd like to share with new grads on what you should be doing when you start at a consulting firm. So the first one is build your brand. People say this a lot, but what does that really mean? It's essentially deciding what you want to be known for. So if you want to be known as a technical person, someone that really knows about software architectures, data architectures, so it means that you will be working through different cloud platforms, understanding those cloud platforms, getting certifications around that so that everyone knows you are the data architecture guy or you are the data science guy. So, really decide what you want people to think about when they think about you. So, build your brand. If you want to be a business person instead, then look for opportunities on being very client facing, knowing how to say, have technical discussions with non-technical audience. So these are the kinds of things that you would do if you were more client facing and if you wanted to work with the business a lot more. So kind of building your brand, like what do people think about when they think about Ella? Is that person, is she technical? Is she a business person? Does she combine both really well? What can she be called upon to do? And there's other things as well. Are you also good at kind of bringing people together and kind of creating a sense of harmony within a team? So would people call on you essentially to kind of set up a team and get people to work together towards a common goal? That's also something to be known for. Is it also kind of selling work to the client? Some people are really good salespeople. They can sell ice to an Eskimo. So are you that kind of person? So kind of decide, what do I want to be known for? What do I want to build my brand about or around? And where do I want to kind of go towards in my career or grow towards in my career moving forward? So the next thing is, if your manager doesn't know what you're working on, you're not working. And many times, especially if you work in the British culture, the UK culture, people try not to come off very forcefully. People are quite diplomatic in how they ask for, like, maybe junior colleagues to do things or ask even their colleagues for help. There isn't very much of a direct approach within the work culture. And so many times, if you're a new grad, you might take this as, okay, it means no one wants me to do anything and I'm just fine. I can just sit back and kind of wait for work to come for me. That may not be very much of a good approach, because it can kind of, over a few weeks and over months, a period of months, you begin to shape how people think about you. So it's very important that you're very proactive in working and in seeking out work that needs to be done or that you need to do if you're not being approached directly. It's important that your manager knows what you're working on. They know if you're facing any blockers or facing any issues. And it's really important to call that out really clearly. So kind of make sure that you're working closely with your manager. You're giving them regular updates of what you're supposed to be doing or updates on your work or any issues or blockers you're facing. Very, very important. And this actually goes into my next point, which is manage your manager. Manage, how do you manage your manager? What does that even mean? So if you flip the switch and think about your manager, they have like to do. They're probably managing multiple work streams, managing multiple people, managing kind of the work, the clients, and they have like tons to do. So I think it's quite important to think about, how do I make my manager's life easier? How do I make their work easier? And number one is clear communication, clear and concise communication. Whenever you're typing an email or you're, writing the chat on Teams, really ask yourself, what do I want this person to do with this information that I'm giving them? Does it address what they want clearly? So clear communication is super, super, super important. Secondly, ask for feedback. from your manager. Ask for feedback frequently, ask for feedback clearly, and don't take feedback personally, because at the end of the day, nobody's really out to get you except if they're a sad person. So the average person just wants to make sure that the work is done and done well. And if you're contributing to that work, you also want to make sure that people are receiving your work well or think that you're doing good work and you're actually contributing to the goal that the team shares. So it's very important that you ask for feedback from your manager, so that you're not surprised as well when promotion rounds come around, or when, like, appraisal sessions come around. Also ask how you can help them, especially when you have like free time. Say, oh, I actually have some bandwidth, how can I help you, what would you like my help with? This is very important, especially when you're a new grad, because you're also trying to kind of learn as much as possible. You're trying to plant your feet within the organization, plant yourself within the organization. So the next one is find a sponsor. Find a sponsor. So there's a couple of people that you need to have, or kind of relationships that you need to have within your organization. So, and I'm going to talk about this a bit later, building your network. But first is finding a sponsor, finding a mentor. So this may be someone one career level above you, two career levels above you, maybe a manager or a senior manager, someone that can really speak for you in the organization. This kind of relationship is something that you can't really force it. It's from speaking to people, it's from engaging within, different conversations, attending sessions you have at work, whether it's a community gathering, whether it's a town hall, that you can meet this kind of people. And especially for grads, it's important that you think about this relationship as a symbiotic relationship. It's not just about what you can get. It's not just about me, 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 me. It's also about how can you help this person, or what are some of the things that you can help this person with. And then in turn, they help you, they help sponsor you within the organization. It's not a written contract where you say, you do this for me, I'll do that for you. No, it's just kind of, there's a bit of emotional intelligence with it, where you pick up cues of what you think the person may need help with here and there. And then you just begin to form that relationship. It can be around giving thought leadership or writing articles with and for them. It can be, kind of around, if they're your practice lead, for example, helping organize things within the practice, being really involved in things that they're involved in. And that's kind of how you build and form those relationships. So yeah, it's really, really important. Find a sponsor, find someone that can speak for you, find someone that has your best interest, really. Find someone that will tell you things, tell you the truth, and explain things to you that unofficial, in quote, that not very formal. They will tell you, this is the business, this is how it works, this is what you need to be doing to move ahead, this is what you need to be doing to progress. So essentially, find a sponsor. The next one is build a network across career levels. And this is so important, because many times when people think about networking, they think about it as, you know, getting to know people above you. So like managers and senior managers, those are super important, because like I said, finding a sponsor is very important. Finding a mentor, finding maybe a career counselor, your managers, like those are kinds of relationships you need to build and form and develop. But having a network of people with on your career level also helps, because all of you are kind of in the same situation. You're probably facing similar things. You're probably in a place where you need to learn similar things. So kind of keeping tabs on them, understanding where they're at, understanding their growth trajectory, understand what they're even like looking out for, because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that you could be learning this thing and that thing and that thing until you hear someone is actually doing it. So quite very important, build a network across career levels. And as you progress, you will find that it's actually good to also build a network below your level, because as you progress into manager, you want to be able to find people that can help you do certain things within the organization, that can support you with work, that will be on projects with you. So kind of having that network below as well is super important. So a network above, below, and on your level. The next one and the last one will be aligned with the brand. And this is why it's so important when you're applying for jobs to apply to companies that you actually like, companies and brands that you identify with, because every company has a brand. They have something they want to be known for. And essentially, they're when they're hiring, they hope that they're hiring people that understand that vision, that are on the same page with them, and will help progress that vision. So sooner or later, especially when you're a graduate within a consulting firm, you need to understand the business, understand the services that are being sold, understand how you position yourself within the market to be someone that is sought after with clients and within projects. If it's skills that you need to learn, find out what the hot skills are that you need to be learning, find out whether hard or soft skills, find out how your knowledge needs to grow and improve within the business or of the business to be able to be relevant in that industry. Find out how you can engage on that level. If you need to understand, how does this business even make money, take a step back and understand that. As a grad, that's really the time that you have to have a horizontal understanding of everything going on with the business, how the business grows, how the business progresses, and how you can be a part of everything that's going on. So that brings me to the end of this video. I really hope that it was helpful for you. But essentially, as a grad, I'll say stay curious, be proactive, and learn as much as you can. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.